second level spells yet at this point? You have to, right? Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
do.
7. Do you have? But you don't have third yet.
No, I do not.
You probably get third at 8th.
I have 1 level 7 spell
One level 7 spell.
because of Horizon Walker.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. You get to do that thing. Meanwhile, yeah. So Dan, you get expertise in persuasion, right? That's your big upgrade.
Yeah, after all of this heat of battle, I became a chatty Cathy,
Yeah,
a
exactly. Yeah.
gossipy goober.
We'll flavor it as now you have sort of the honor of like leading all your people into battle, and it gives you
Are we still in
extra
the middle
weight
of a
in
fight when this
your word.
ended?
How about that?
I like it.
Sam, you got an invocation and anything else? Do you get a
Nope.
subclass thing?
No, my subclass thing was at level 6 when I can
Six,
fly.
six, six. Yeah.
But I took a dreadful word, which gives me confusion as a spell that I can cast.
Oh, nice. Danny, you got an ability score improvement, and Cameron, what spell are you picking?
um,
Let me see what you have. Let me get in here.
I currently have Goodberry, Hunter's Mark, Protection from Good and Evil, from Evil and Good, Zephyr, Misty Step, and Pass with Trace. Without
That's
Trace.
actually pretty good. It is a pretty good list. I'm here now. Also, I can scroll and ruin your life.
Oh, you're looking in the same exact thing right now?
Yeah.
Wow. That's insane.
So let's see. Probably a level 2 spell, right?
Or a level 1 spell that I could have been using this whole time.
You guys don't have like a dedicated healer, so healing spirit is always a pretty safe bet. That's something that you could do. Or I like spike growth.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
We don't need
Besides
healing.
that, I mean, it's kind of
Being that
anything.
no one has ranged attacks, and I can just fly away and win all the fights.
Well,
You don't
yeah.
need a healer.
Unfortunately, as we go, that might change a little bit, Sam. But you're not doing too bad considering a lot of what you fight are giants. So
Okay.
giants can't necessarily fly.
Spike Growth did sound cool, so I take it.
Spike growth.
Yeah.
Nice. That gives you a little bit of AOE and control as well, right? Which is kind of not. I mean, you have a bard and a warlock, but you guys have a lot of very focused single target damage. It's terrifying. Okay, so when we last left off, you all had led a portion of the dwarven army of Iron Master back across the frozen tundra of Icewind Dale to defend Bryn Shander. And we played through some of that battle where you narrowly defeated 2 of the tribe members of the barbarians that were attacking the leader of the tribe of the wolf and the leader of the tribe of the tiger, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And as looking around, you could see that at this point the barbarians are starting to retreat. They're running away down this icy hill away, and you guys were debating on if you were gonna, take no prisoners, don't let anybody escape, like kill them all, kind of thing. And it seemed like the opinion was, yeah, let's go get them.
Relevant question: does leveling up give me my spell slots back?
No.
Damn it. Then I'd say let's just let him go and rest up. I can
And you
still
can see
fly
the
for
dwarves
another
are
like
definitely the
8
dwarves.
minutes.
Oh, go ahead, Sam. So, I'm
I
sorry.
was
Say
gonna
that
say
again.
I can still fly for another like 8 minutes or so.
Yeah. You can see the dwarves are actually looking to you, Tony, like for a direction of what they
Oh,
should do. There's like that energy of like, do we keep going? Do we stop? Like all the barbarians are running down this hill into this narrow rocky pass down the path.
Ooh, a narrow pass, you say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look to our guide who led us through the nature and ask him if there's any way that we could kind of fuck them up in that narrow pass just to make sure they don't come back here again.
Um, so you're talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. You got any kind of AOE control type stuff?
Oh, I'll have you know, I can produce spikes in the ground.
What? Wow, that's
Um,
wild.
I would.
what were you gonna say?
I would say if we let like half of them past where you cast it, and then cast it on like the like 50% mark or so, then we can mop up the people who get stuck uh, between the spikes and our army, and let the rest get hurt on the spikes and run away.
That could be cool. I mean, I also think we should plan around where their leader is, because we're trying to take out. You mentioned there were a few more leaders, Sean, right?
Yeah. So there are two leaders, and they're kind of as they're sort of motioning, like getting their troops out. They're both, you know, honorable leaders that lead their tribe into battle. So they're there. There's the tribe of the elk, which is an older gentleman, um, probably the oldest man actually on the field, and then there's in contrast, the other one is pretty young, and they seem to be. You can see that they are motioning through other troops, and suddenly the younger leader, the leader of the tribe of the hello, which one are you? Tribe of the wolf, tiger, elk. What's the other one? Where are they?
Wasn't it like
Bear?
Bear. Bear it is. The tribe of the bear take off, and he is now commanding the troops in their retreat, while the tribe of the elk has taken, is staying where he is, and sort of with two of his trusted companions, sort of being the last line of defense.
Okay.
But it's gonna there are still hundreds of these barbarians, so it's gonna be a while before they're all right. Like they're having to go almost to single file, maybe two by two through this pass down the hill.
Okay. Um, and would we be able to get on the top part of that pass, like above it?
If you wanted to, yeah.
We could do some kind of from above ambush.
but they're also going, so it wouldn't be much of an ambush. I feel like
That's true. Not an ambush. Okay.
it would just be us like attacking them as they leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, just route them as they go, diminish
What
their
happened
numbers,
to
let
the
them take
leaders
their easy.
in Shandar? Shouldn't it be their decision?
Uh, I mean, I guess yeah. Ogrek can be there. Ogrek walks up to all of you and she's got fire in her eyes. She's ready to keep going.
I like it. We've got this whole army here. Like,
Let's
why
kick
not?
their asses and tell them never fucking come back here.
Yeah,
Are we
Let's do
going
it.
Let's
for
do
it?
it.
yeah. I'm
Do
just
it.
gonna yell, mop them up.
I can still shoot plenty Eldritch blasts.
That is true. You can
Good enough.
continue shooting Eldritch blasts.
You have a lot of slots for that.
Um, so okay, well then in that case, I think the easy. Do you guys want to just keep your initiative rolls, or do you want to roll again?
I
I'm
would
fine
roll
with
Fine with
whatever.
it.
again.
Roll again.
Well, mine's
Well,
bad, so
Yeah.
I
Let's shake it up.
let's shake it up. Let's shake it up just to see. So remove all turns. Clear. In order settings. Tony's in there. Oh
slightly
my
better.
goodness. Look at the success. I'll be Daisy in this scenario.
I should probably get rid of my first thing now. I don't know how though.
Oh, is it still are other like the old ones still showing up in the turn order for you?
No,
No.
just in my like list of like documents.
Oh, gotcha. See, okay. look at the success of getting everybody to roll initiative in this campaign, Danny. It's amazing.
Were the
We
other
have,
ones
More of a
okay?
problem.
we have so many issues like trying to get people to their tokens to show up in the turn order for whatever reason. Okay, we've got boom, we've got these three guys.
I had a really strange combination of food. I have grilled pork. I have pineapple and mashed potatoes.
That
The
is very
pork and
interesting.
pineapple sounds natural.
It's grilled pineapple.
I feel like grilled pineapple and pork is like
Yeah, no, that part's natural, but then the mashed potatoes make it a little weird.
I think the pork is just the center of the Venn diagram in that situation.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. So the current situation is clearly this one leader and a few of his sort of seem to be his most loyal followers have taken it up to sort of give the last defense and try to hold off as many people as possible while the rest of the army escapes. So once again, we'll do the same. So the same sort of rules that the people are within, pretty much within your range. If you want to, and then I'll sort of see who joins the fray as we go. So Tony, you are up first.
We're on Nemo.
Oh! I didn't put it in order. My bad. My bad. That's
Oh,
my
good.
job. I have to fix that. Now, Nemo, you are up first. What would you like to do?
Um, I guess I'll go. I think I'm a little scared to go for the big guy right away.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go down here.
this man just put himself at full health.
What?
You are weren't you at 0?
Oh yeah.
You told me. I asked you. Wait, me?
Yeah.
yeah, you were unconscious, and then and at the end
Yeah,
of
I
that last
did say
round.
it has been a little bit. So I did say you guys could theoretically sort of take a short rest. So yeah,
Sure.
you're if anybody
Okay.
wants to roll hit dice, go for it.
All right, that means I have
I'll
spells.
Oh, that's true.
okay.
You
I'll
do
go
have
back. I'll go back to one, and then I'll.
no. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I
Oh,
did. I
I'm
said
right now.
you guys
I
could
actually
take.
don't think that was intentional.
It automatically does it when you level up. I think sometimes it's all
Mm,
good. Don't worry about it. What do you want to do?
okay.
It's not going to be a problem. It's going to be okay.
Okay.
We're gonna gank this dude, and then it'll be over.
I, you
And it
know,
does
there's
seem like actually positionally, so I'll actually shift it like this. It does seem that the three are looking to sort of defend the tribe leader first. So he's probably the furthest away.
okay. No, I'm just gonna do my little gimmick. Here we go.
A 15 unfortunately is not going to hit.
All right. Second attack. That's even worse.
Well, all right. Anything is a bonus action?
My bonus action was planar warrior.
Later warrior. So no. All right, Daisy's up. Let's see what I've got here for Daisy. Daisy Dizzledorf. What a great name. Good job, Josh. Daisy probably did heal some, but I'm not super worried about it.
It's a 10 times bigger than blows up.
Yeah, blows up. This anything like nice, like no. Oh, okay. Josh is here. I'll wait then and let Josh take his turn once he connects.
Did he level up?
Oh, he maybe didn't. He maybe didn't. I forget. No, he didn't. I checked, and he didn't. Yeah. So he'll be in. Daisy's gonna be in timeout here for a second while Josh levels up. Daisy is gonna give Tony will give you a bardic inspiration die and cast invisibility on herself and level
Nice.
up. Boom. This guy's up, and now Nemo, you are the one that has made your presence known. So is gonna walk up and is gonna try to hit you, as people do. Josh is here, but he's typing. No, we cannot hear you, Josh.
No.
Oh, I can hear him.
Oh,
Wait,
is he
what?
super quiet?
Josh, reconnect.
No. He was going no, no, no as you were turning casting invisibility on yourself. I thought you were just doing it.
Josh. Oh, yeah, Josh. Well, no, he can hear me. Just reconnect. It sometimes gets weird, so just like refresh the page until, and I guess keep talking until we hopefully hear you. If you have something else that you want to do on your turn, we'll go back to it. It's okay. I'm not particularly worried about it. That being
Oh, you
said,
should be.
Yes.
makes 3 attacks.
Oh shit.
Well, then the first attack is a 21
That hits.
for 7 piercing.
That's fine.
Okay.
The second attack is an 11,
Doesn't hit.
and
You're a tank, Nemo.
yeah, you know what? He's gonna go for the shield bash. It has just like a small. He has just like a small wooden shield, and it's gonna put the spear behind it in his other arm, and it's just gonna with both arms try to shove you to the ground with a 23 to hit.
That hits.
It's gonna be 8 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw. Oh, no problem, no problem. You stumble back a little bit, but you manage to maintain your footing, keep yourself upright.
Hey!
Boom. Mr. Tribe of the Elk here is gonna do something cool, probably, right?
Hope so.
I would guess.
So yeah, he takes a couple steps back and he sees now at this point the barbarians flooding past him on either side, and he is gonna cast a spell. He slams his fist on the ground, and this sort of ethereal blue aura comes around him. And yeah, we hit that button, and that is going to be his turn. Tony.
All right. Let's take out the trash.
Take out the
There's,
trash.
Nice
Yeah.
line. Congrats.
Josh, you
don't know.
gotta click the little button in the corner of your video icon. Do you see the reconnect button when you hover over your video icon, Josh?
I hear you. You're just shoot. I see that there's little things coming up, and I hear it very faintly, but it's so quiet.
Now I hear Cameron.
Okay, I hear
Now
it.
I hear Josh.
Oh,
Hello. I refreshed. I'm sorry about that.
No,
worries.
you're okay. You're okay.
It's
Okay,
weird
so
that me and Cam could hear you and no one else.
roll 20. Nolan T works in mysterious ways.
It used to be much
So-
worse.
Yeah. So Dan's gonna take his turn, and then we'll go back to you, and you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I'm
Josh.
just gonna bash this other guy that Cameron did not bash.
Okay. Cool. 21 absolutely hits
All right.
for 15. Nice.
I'll take it. Let's do it again.
Another hit, and yeah. You're just piling up the damage already.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're just gonna keep moving along. So this guy that Tony attack, he is gonna we'll do like a little cross thing here, and he's gonna attack you, Tony.
Oh ho. Say what's the matter with you?
You can you can clearly tell that these are like his bodyguards. Like their job are to protect the tribe leader. So attack number 1 is actually going to be the shield bash because it would be smartest to do that first. Oh, all right, we're off to a good start. That's a natural 20.
Oof.
It's not a lot of damage. It's only 13 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then I need you to make a strength saving throw.
All right. Strength is my middle name.
Yeah.
Do. Fuck.
You say that. But yeah, manages to just like the sheer force of it just knocks you over. There's no way you could keep yourself standing. Now he gets to attack at advantage.
Nice.
14 still misses.
Nice.
26.
That will hit.
Yeah, it's gonna be another 13. So yeah, just shoves you to the ground and then takes the spear and jabs it into he. You sort of manage to knock it away a little bit, but it goes directly through your upper thigh of your left leg, and it stings.
I stifle a cough.
Yeah. Breeze.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly right over all these barbarian-looking dudes
Yeah.
and just kind of float over. We'll say right there, and I'm just
Okay.
gonna fire some. Uh, Actually, I'm gonna use confusion on the guy.
Oh.
Actually, it's even better than that. It has an AOE, so
Yeah, you could hit. I think you can hit all of them.
it has a 10-foot radius sphere of influence. So like,
Yeah, but they're pretty tight knit. I'm gonna say you hit all of them.
yeah,
Give me 1 second. I'm doing some math here. Okay, so I'm gonna make the saves. The top row, the first gladiator here is, and it's a wisdom save.
wisdom saving throw.
What? It rolled a strength save instead of a wisdom save, even though I clicked wisdom. That's fascinating.
Well, we could go with that as their save.
You don't want that to be
Oh,
7.
that's not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it. Were they close?
7 is not quite there.
Okay, next one over. Saving throw. Wisdom. A little bit better. 8. How about now?
Oh, still not there yet. Almost, almost.
Oh, I used this one. We might as well be slightly consistent, right? And we're just going down the line. Roll 20's being a little slow, but that's okay. Wisdom. All right, that one's a 17. I think we've got one success.
That's a success, yeah.
Okay, and then finally the leader. Another 17. So okay, so two failures still though. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anything as a bonus action? He's pretty wise. He's a player.
Yeah, I figured. But hey, new spells.
New spells, right? Yeah.
Uh, no bonus action.
Okay. Wait, I went back on what I said. I didn't. Oh, but Josh is muted.
No, that's okay. I'm leveling up my character because I never did that at the last
Cool,
session.
cool.
You
You're
guys
all
can
good.
keep
This
going.
is not. This is not going to be a super stressful encounter here. I don't think. So I think we'll be okay. So mannequin number 5.
All right, I'm gonna go 5, 15, 20, 30. Magic missile on this guy.
Okay, I want to be clear that wasn't the actual range that you were at. So if you want to get into melee, you can.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Let's
you're
just
okay,
do
you're
that,
Yeah.
and then fighting spirit,
Cool.
and then attack. So,
Okay. Roll to hit at advantage. Life is tough.
that is tough.
Danny. Is that all?
Yeah, I have temp HP though.
Yeah, temp HP. Okay, so this guy rolls a d10. Confusion. Sam, do you have the spell up? Oh, I know what that does. You get to,
D10 means he actually can move normally.
yep.
Feels
He's
bad,
gonna
man.
come over here and he's gonna try it. You know what? He's gonna throw his spear.
At me.
Wait, does he only have one spear? Is he that dumb? He's not that dumb, is he?
I don't know. He's confused.
He's gonna go for it. What if he rolls the natural 20, right? That would be cool. Let me see, does it tell me? It doesn't tell me how many he has. Oh well, he can just repeatedly attack with his shield actually. So yeah, he's fine. He's gonna roll to hit. 16 to hit.
That hits.
Hey, at least he got the hit in. It's gonna be 12 piercing damage, and then make a Constitution saving throw. DC 10 for concentration. Oh yeah, you're fine. Madness is occurring out in the great outdoors.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are back around to the top of the round. Let me really quick though. We've got some friends coming in. At this point now, the rest of the dwarves have gotten the memo and at this point are beginning to flood in. Some of them are going after the sort of the running away barbarians, but then some of them have realized that this is sort of the last stand situation here, this dam that they have to break with you guys. So they're gonna come in here. Tedious, tedious, tedious. Roll bulk macro, please. Initiative. Boom, they're in there. Okay, Nemo, what do you want to do?
It's me. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do the same thing.
The exact same thing. Fair enough. Oh, the other guy gets another wisdom saving throw to break confusion at the end of the round. Let me do that really quick. Nah, it's only a 9. Not gonna do it. Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit. Oh my god, dude. Well, not as great. So that is gonna, what is that? That's 13 damage. What is it? What like? Describe Nemo's fighting style with these short swords. Like, I know short swords technically do piercing damage, but like, are you picturing it as like a hack and slash, like super acrobatic kind of thing, or like a down and dirty like?
So I really imagined him walking up and grabbing his sword short and going, like a really general motion.
Just very very generic.
Just he goes up and I mean, he's using the multiverse to augment his attacks, but it looks pretty normal.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of like deceptively like.
It just looks like, oh, I'm just doing business.
Gotcha. All right. Well then. Josh is still doing his leveling up. Oh, are you done?
I just finished. I have a new
Cool.
spell.
What do you want to do?
All right, let me just sorry, let me orient myself. So we got these three guys. Is this the bad guy, like the big guy?
This is the big guy is the one that's different, yeah. And then
Okay.
these three are clearly sort of defending him, and they're sort of creating like this last stand, like 300, but there's only 4 of them. Like try to hold back the troops to give their people as much time as possible.
Did we gain any spell slots back or any health back after the last?
No, but you do if you gained any spell slots from leveling up, you get those.
I did get that. Okay.
You do have all your bardic inspiration die back though, because you guys sort of took a short rest.
All right, cool. I think I'm honestly just gonna go over here and melee it.
Go for it, absolutely. Roll to hit. 21 definitely hits.
Hell yeah.
And you have extra attacks, so you can keep going. And you can remember you have your blade flourishes if you want to use any of those.
Oh yeah. I think I'll just do a double attack. Save my bardic inspiration. Well, is a double attack a bonus action, or you just get to do?
Nope. You just when you take the attack action, you attack twice.
All right, cool. I'm just gonna use my rapier again.
Okay.
Yoink. I don't know if that hits.
14, unfortunately, is not going to hit.
but I also want to give a bardic inspiration guide to. Is this Tony?
That's Tony up there, yeah.
Bardic inspiration guide.
Alrighty. Cool. Cool. So, okay, this guy is up. He's gonna roll a d10 for confusion. Watch me roll another one. No, all right. What is a 4? What happens on a 4?
On a 4, uh, wait, what? Oh, the creature doesn't move or take actions.
All right, he just stands there. He's just,
She's
he's
just
actually
confused, like, huh?
yeah, he's confused and he's seeing and just he's overwhelmed by watching all of his friends running away for their lives and he's just
They get to make saves at the end of their turns, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah, 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 yeah. So the first one failed, but he gets to make one now. They're not very wise, so. Hey, but he rolled a natural 19, so that one he is free for next turn. And then we're up to Tony.
All right. I look at the one that just broke the confusion and didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I say, paralyzed with fear, are we?
Ooh,
Then I'm gonna swing my sword at him. Ooh, baby.
16 hits.
Yes. Sweet.
Nice.
Oh, and I can re-roll those twos.
Oh yeah, yeah, roll them.
All right. So that's math. That's 2 more total damage, so 13.
Cool, got it.
Bada boom.
Bada boom, also hits.
Yeah. Just swinging it around like I'm in that musical number about singing in rain.
Just yeah. He at this point I would consider this guy bloodied. He's but he as far as like mental state though, he has a specific job and he is going to do it, confused or not. Okay, so the spell he cast is Crusader's Mantle or no, Aura of Vitality is what it's called. And so he gets to heal somebody as a bonus action each turn. I'm just gonna, because I'm too lazy to do it some other way. I'm just gonna go like this. Great. The guy that you just hit gets a whopping 3 hit points back.
Damn.
And then let's see what he can do as an action. Does he have a cooler spell he can cast? Yeah, he does. He's gonna try to guiding bolt. Mannequin number 5. You're not natural. He's creeped out by you. He can't get a read on you with your lack of a face.
It's fair.
He's gonna, you know what? He is even gonna take things a bit more seriously, and he's gonna cast it at 2nd level.
Oh no.
18 to hit.
Does not hit.
Devastating.
What is your armor?
20.
Why?
How is your armor class fucking 20?
Because I have Draconic Resilience, which is 13 plus my Dexterity, which is plus 5, so that's 18 plus my Shield plus 2 is 20.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
you, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also have Shield.
Yeah, so if it was okay, well then this guy here, this guy wasn't confused. And I think if I remember, he was attacking you, Tony, and he's gonna continue on that course. Just walk me forward. What?
That's what I dare him, as long as he's not successful.
Okay, well we'll see. So he is being run by a smart dungeon master who knows how action economy works. So he's gonna use his shield bash first, maybe.
I think I'm still prone. I don't think I ever said I was getting up. I
You
guess I
did,
had to
but
swing.
I assumed you did. I assumed you didn't
Yeah, I
attack.
kind of forgot.
Yeah. And there's no penalty for where you were, so it's all good. What isn't all good is my inability to open the stat block. That's not good at all. That's actually really bad.
I think that means they are dead.
They're dead. Yeah, that's how it works.
Mhm.
Shield bash is they're killing it with the shield bashes. There's a 23 to hit.
Wow, that'll hit.
Make another strength saving throw for me.
Yes, sir. There we go.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, so you managed to stay up standing, but like as he badges you, he's like, "Get away from my friends!" And then he's gonna come at sort of a leaping strike with the spear, trying to come down with it, and rolls a natural one.
Oh damn, that
Um,
would have been inspiring.
it would have been really cool until as he tried to leap in the air, he slips on the ice, falling prone, um, and then laying there defeated like a depressed teenager. He's gonna just try to like swipe up at you with the spear again. Is only a 10. Then sadly gets himself up from prone and is gonna end his turn. Actually, what I'm gonna do is, for simplicity's sake here, I'm gonna delete the other. No, because I may not remember. So yeah, so all these people are gonna flood in, coming here. Gonna attack the one that threw the spear at you, Sam.
Damn straight.
Only a 14 to hit is unfortunately not gonna do it.
Tried.
And you're up.
Alrighty. From my elevated position, I guess I'll fly like farther this way to like stay away from the barbarians that might throw spears at me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty upset that I got hit. And I'm just gonna fire some Eldritch Blasts at Mr. Cleric.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, Go for it. Roll 2 hit. Oh god. Okay, yeah, that's gonna hit.
Uh, so 10 damage.
10 damage. He has to make a Constitution saving throw. 15, so he's okay.
Then second one.
Holy shit. Okay. Well, that's another 10 and another Constitution saving throw. 18.
And
So yeah, so he's still good. He's maintaining concentration. Once again, he has a job to do to protect his family, and he's staying focused, even though he knows he's probably a dead man. Definitely a dead man.
so I have a question.
Yeah.
When he starts to cast a spell, would I have any idea what the spell is?
Um,
Like,
you could make it's a holy spell, so you can make a religion check if you want.
because if I wanted to counterspell something, would I just have to be like, oh, he's just casting a spell, I'm gonna counter whatever it is, or will I know what's
Yeah. Usually simply because I'm really bad at it. I will go like be deciding what I want them to do, and they're trying to be like, oh, he can cast blight or something, and then I say it out loud. I am gonna try to just go with he's casting a spell, so that you don't have that meta knowledge. But if I fuck up, I fuck up.
okay?
But when I say he's casting a spell, I will allow like an Arcana or a Religion check, depending on the type of caster, to determine what it is, because they are distinct enough usually, and probably depending on your. So yeah. If you want, you can make a Religion check if you want. I mean,
Alright.
I think I said out loud that the spell's Aura Vitality.
Yeah, you said it that time. It was just for the future.
Yep.
All right, I'm done.
And we'll find like a rhythm with that as we go. If you have counter spell, we'll find something that feels comfortable.
Okay.
Dwarf attack. More chaos. I'm gonna come over here and attack this one. 19 to hit for 4 damage. Mannequin number 5.
All right. um, I guess I'll just take another swing at the guy who I attacked before.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Good hit.
Hey.
Hey, that's definitely a hit. Um. So, oh wow, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You managed to sort of, with your other arm, like knock away the shield, and you just get like a one clean strike into the gut with your rapier. Anything is a bonus action.
No.
Ah, more dwarf attacks. I mean, there isn't a lot of room for me to put people on here, but theoretically, just so we have an idea of who's attacking too. That's only a 13. That's not going to hit. Boom. This is okay. So he's still confused. So, Sam, this guy's a motherfucking champ. This guy's the best.
He has just like the perfect battle instincts.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing phased.
But he also doesn't have a spear, so maybe not the. But is going to attack this dwarf here in front of him. Unfortunately, yeah, it's gonna. Oh, that's only he has multiple attacks too. So okay, so the first hit takes care of this one. Jam layer. Steps forward, comes in with the spear, rolls a natural 3, so can't hit her, and then third attack, still just with the spear again. Come on, load for me. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Layer, boom. So at this point now, most of the other barbarians have successfully sort of funneled past and are on the other side of the tribe. There's probably about 30 or 40 still left trying to they're trying to like skirt their way around this standoff that's going on right now. But none of them are interested in taking in any part of this. Meanwhile, you have more dwarves flooding in to help you. I'm not even going to add them to the thing. I'm just going to change it to them being a sort of almost layer action sort of thing on this one's turn, so that you guys don't have to sit here while I roll 20 million attacks. So Nemo, you're up. You have the forces of these dwarves surging behind you. Only 4 people standing in your way between you and the rest of this barbarian army. What do you want to do?
I was muted. My bad.
That's okay.
I said I probably just want to continue killing them. Am I right?
Yeah. That seems good.
Just, I mean, the same one that's in front of me.
Yeah. You can keep attacking. Sometimes it really is that simple as a martial cat class. Jesus Christ, my dude.
Rolls, damn it.
So yeah, they both hit. So what is it? 25 total.
Nice.
Real rough. Falls down to one knee. There's blood pouring down the side of his face. One eye is like half closed from a bruise. Still standing, but not great. Daisy.
All right. I'm very low on. Wait a minute. Okay. I think. All right. Has Big Boy? He hasn't done much, has he?
He cast a spell, and he's cast a couple of spells. So the first turn he cast this sort of buff where he's healing his teammates every round. And then he tried hitting Danny with a guiding bolt, but was unsuccessful. So yeah, he hasn't really gotten much done thus far.
Yeah. So I think I'm thinking about using Beast.
I did not hear what that was. Say that. Go
I
ahead.
might use Bestow Curse.
Ooh.
So there are a couple options. Either um, I can choose an ability score that he has disadvantage on while the curse is active. There's an option to have disadvantage on attack rolls against me. He can have to make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each turn, otherwise he will do nothing if he fails. Um, or I could have it. Okay, yeah, I have to do one of these, or I could choose an alternate that you would have to give the okay for, according to this. So I
Okay.
think I'm gonna use Bestow Curse. Um, I like the idea of if he doesn't do a Wisdom saving throw, then he does nothing that turn.
Okay, so one thing about bestow curse is that it is touch range, so you would probably take
Oh, yeah.
one opportunity attack getting over to him, but that's the only thing. Otherwise, you can absolutely go for it.
Oh, it does say touch. Okay, wait, I might reconsider that because we have these guys in the way. This guy who Nemo attacked is nearly dead, right?
Yeah. He's real low.
If I move away from where I am, like this way, does he get an opportunity attack on me?
He does. Yeah.
All right, I think for now that I might just rapier hit this guy again.
Okay, go for it.
Do it twice. Boom, nice, and boom. Oh,
Oh my god.
just
Okay.
stabbing him in the face.
Yeah. He's still down on that one knee, and you're just what race are you? You're
Gnome.
a gnome. So yeah, so this is the one of the few times that you're standing over somebody and you're taking full advantage of having the high ground, so to speak, and just stabbing down into his back. Uh, that's what 17 total? No, 19.
19. Oh yeah, for dueling style.
Nice.
That guy is he still alive?
He's still alive. It's not a lot of HP, but it is some.
Wow.
Dude's a trooper.
Yeah.
Sacrificing himself for the rest of the barbarians.
Yeah. All right. Nehemiah, you've been fucking people up. This guy's coming for you. Once again, sort of their standard motion now. At this point, they sort of set up a defensive stance, sort of like 300, where they have like the shield in front of them and the spears. Comes in with the shield bash with a solid 11 to hit. It's not going to work.
Not gonna hit.
However, 22 with the spear for the first one, so that's going to be 9 piercing damage. Just gets a little jab on you. Greg would hate it. And second attack is only a 9. So you're doing okay. Tony Badinsky.
All right. I'm gonna swing my sword at him. Didn't see that coming, I bet. Oh yeah, the one directly across from me is the one.
Cool.
Um, and on that hit, I'm gonna say that's for coming. Oh, Bryn Chandler.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Yeah,
I'm surprised it hasn't
And-
been renamed yet.
that's for being alive.
Oh, shit.
And I have 1d6 to reroll on the first one.
Oh, gotcha.
Ooh, okay. So the first one will be 19 damage, 19 slashing.
Okay. These poor guys. Just they are standing as strong as they can, but they're taking an onslaught from all of you right now. Anything else?
That's gonna be it for me.
All right. So bonus action is gonna heal. Which one of them is lowest? Oh, duh, the one that is barely alive. How about? So yeah, you can feel there's like these swirling ethereal spirits that and they come in and seem to rejuvenate whoever he chooses to heal solid 7 HP back. I'm sure that'll keep him alive for one more round. But you know what might? Gonna go once again takes his staff now with 2 hands and slams it on the ground. He's gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Oh no, he's not.
Are you gonna try to counterspell it?
I don't know. Fuck
3,
it. Yeah,
2. Okay. What level is it being cast at?
4th.
Okay, so roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier.
Okay.
Guys, do I look like a floating head?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. It's awesome. Unfortunately, 13. It's a 5th level spell, so you needed a 15.
Damn.
So it does go off. So he heals everybody 13 HP.
Damn. That
Nice.
sucks.
That's actually not that much. I was hoping for a little bit more. But it is what it is, I guess, right? Maybe it keeps somebody alive one more round and more people can get away. This guy hasn't even taken any damage yet. What's up with that? I guess he's been confused. This guy. You know what, Daisy? I think it's your turn.
Really?
Yeah, I think it is. Not in your turn in initiative order, but your turn to feel the pain.
No, but no.
Shield bash, 21 to hit.
Oh, that hit. That's my face.
just, yeah, just literally like almost does like a jab with the shield and gets you right in the nose, and you roll back. Make a strength saving throw for me. You just barely manage to keep your footing. You start to slip on the ice, but you catch yourself with your hand and stand back up. It's going to be 11 bludgeoning damage.
Oof. Oh fuck! I don't remember what I was at last time because when I leveled up, it brought me to full.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right. I'm
This is clearly not an encounter where anybody's going to die. So it's
I drank a health pot after I.
yeah, exactly. And it
Covered from dying.
it healed for max. It was insane.
It was crazy. It was the best fucking potion.
Is going to come at you with the spear as you're trying to right yourself. That one's only 12 to hit. I don't think that one's going to do it. And always the third attack takes longer to load. That's so fascinating. 14?
Nope.
Okay. Well, you felt a little bit of the pain.
I can deal with that.
Breeze, you're up.
All right. I am gonna fire some Eldritch Blasts at the cleric.
Fair enough.
That's what I got. Nope, that's not the right thing. Let's try that.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. 15 is not going to hit.
What about that one?
That one, it's going to do it. For 9 is nice. It's solid damage. He makes a con save. Wah, wah, wah. You know what's going to happen eventually. That's an 8.
Finally.
So you see the swirling spirits sort of dissipate. They are no longer being healed as a bonus action each turn. Well, anything else? Anything else, Sam? I don't think you have
Nope.
any actions. Yeah. So at this point, also the army, the archers from Bryn Shander have gone and started actually moving up, and they're using the high ground of the hill that everybody's descending to fire down arrows. Doing. What are we gonna call it? We'll do this as order. Yeah, that's fine. Shit. Okay, not bad, not bad. Yeah, at this point, it's sort of like the some of them are hitting the barbarians that are fleeing, but some of them just this rain of arrows coming down, and you all have to sort of duck your heads to get out of the way as they come. These barbarians are not going to hold much longer. Mannequin number 5.
I'm gonna hit the guy again. I want him
Uh,
down.
He healed a decent amount. We'll see if he can survive.
Probably. Almost there. Let's see. Oof.
15 is not going to hit.
This is why I need the extra attack.
Well, it's some days that's just how it be. The confused guy who's still confused. Can he do it again? No.
So this one means that he does nothing.
He does nothing again.
Yeah.
Okay, and he rolls a 3 for his save. Is still just the leader of the tribe of the elk is like, do something, please, like go, like protect your family, and he's just like staring up at the sky. Nemo Winterbelly.
He's muted.
I'm here. You know, I hate to let everyone down and be really boring, but
March
I'm gonna do the
is out.
same weird thing.
It's a struggle. The hits have
Okay.
been so high.
It hits. He lives. Well, we'll see if he survives Daisy here.
How far? Like this guy.
He's been getting healed each round. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
This dude is just a random barbarian with 200 HP.
I have a rapier, but I also have a rapier plus 1, which has 1 extra.
Yeah, you would probably want to use the rapier plus 1.
Why haven't I then? Why do I?
I don't know. I'm not in charge of you.
All right, doing it twice.
Well, you finally he has defied death for many rounds that he shouldn't, but the 12 damage does him in.
Oh, thank God.
So the second attack would probably be against somebody else, but that's obviously gonna miss. But you did it. He's dead.
Thank God.
This guy is
I want to give a bardic inspiration die to mannequin number 5.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
at this point, he can see now the dwarves are catching up and are flooding past him, and they haven't been able to hold him. He's gonna try to plug the hole that his friend sort of left. Tony and Nemo, you both get opportunity attacks. As he is gonna forth. That is a hit for 12. And waiting for Nemo, but does hit
My
for
bad, my bad.
Actually, a hit for 15.
15. 16 hits. I can get all of that. Well, he is bloody and battered, and he's just with his last breath trying to fight off these dwarves. Does manage to beat this one. I'm moving her over because she's counting as their initiative right now. Second attack is going to be against you, Mannequin,
it. All right.
with a 19. Fuck. And third attack. Even worse, 14. Okay. Danny with his goddamn high AC characters. There's nothing that can be done.
Gotta love it.
Tony Badinsky.
We're gonna hurt the confused man.
Okay. He failed his saving throw again, by the way, Sam. Oh my god.
Okay, we're gonna have a lot of rerolls there.
Yeah.
Just two, actually. You're welcome. All right, so it's a total of 21 for
21.
that hit.
Good to me. Unfortunately,
And
healing on this guy has been being wasted because he hadn't taken any damage.
so
Wait, holy shit!
Holy fuck.
that one's gonna be ooh, it's gonna be 22.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Look
He's
at him go.
you took him from full to bloodied instantly. You just come up and just like with like with expert precision hit him with the tip of your sword for like maximum velocity across his chest, and there's just these two open bleeding gashes.
Love it. I'm
Um
gonna stay next to him too.
yeah, so
You're my new target.
okay. Cameron.
Thanks, Kim.
All right. Gonna step, so he's gonna step up to try to once again just plug holes, just trying to hold as many dwarves. There are a bunch of dwarves here that I haven't put tokens down for at this point, but we are getting there. Yeah, that's a nice last sort of parting move. He's gonna cast Guardian of Faith.
Ooh.
So what can I use for this? Well, we'll use. Just grab one of these, I guess. Layer, token layer. Okay, so don't be confused. This is not an actual target you can hit. This it's this tall spectral figure that appears that is wielding a great axe, and they seem like they're strong and in shape, but are like old. Like they look like they could be like 150 kind of thing, like saying whatever. So the way Guardian of Faith works, I'll read it so that everybody's on the same page. A large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space of your choice. It Any creature hostile that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed on a dexterity saving throw, and then you take damage. So, actually, going to put it sort of back. So in this passage, so that anybody that tries to come forward to get to the fleeing barbarians that are still just pouring through at this point have to make that dex save. That's his action. I don't think he can do anything as bonus action. Bam. Breeze, you're up.
Alrighty. I'm gonna look at the cleric.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna shoot some Eldritch Blasts.
Fair enough.
10 damage.
10 damage. It's part. Have we talked about what does your Eldritch Blast look like?
My Eldritch Blast. I don't know. I'm kind of imagining like a gust of wind that just like hits him, like
Interesting. I like that. Yeah.
like I'm trying to think of a visual comparison, but like I
Like,
don't know,
and he's like,
like almost like a smoke ring that's coming at you.
Yeah. That's super interesting. I like that. Okay. Well, that's only one. You can roll hit. Roll
Oh
to
yeah, I
hit.
got another one. But this one has not the genie's wrath.
Wait, what's just happened?
I have no idea. It rolled something weird.
it looks like
Oh
you
no, that's
crit
the
on the
genuine damage.
advantage roll.
Roll a one.
Oh,
But the thunder isn't there, so it got confusing. Well, 20 does hit for
one
for
damage.
1 damage. Wait, do you not have agonizing blast?
No, because I didn't really know what it was until I just Googled it.
Well,
But that might be the next one on the list.
might be a good one to take soon. Yeah.
I was trying to avoid just like building around Eldritch Blast, but that seems to be what's gonna
It's
happen.
gonna be yeah. Well, now especially that you're not a hex
Yeah.
hex blade. But you also have a bunch of other utility options and stuff.
Oh yeah, I've got some
That's cool.
good stuff.
All right, they're up. It's gonna be now. It is. Now basically the entire dwarven army is behind you, and it's flooding through. Actually, probably it's a few of the front, the beginning of the dwarven army. A couple of those individuals are the ones that are cut down by the guardian of faith. Um, and yeah, it just, this guy is dead. This guy is dead. He makes a saving throw. He's alive. Okay, okay, okay. That's cool because somebody can actually get like the finishing blow. But it is, at this point it is not a battle. It is a massacre. As the dwarves are charging down this hill, this blockade is broken. Mannequin number 5, the last man standing, the leader of the tribe of the elk, is coughing up blood. This old weary man. What do you do?
I attempt to hit him and hope for the best. I have a bardic inspiration. I don't need it. 9
All right.
damage. Probably
Yeah, so
doesn't
he's
kill.
on his hands and knees, and he looks up to you, and you just mechanically, no emotion, just right through, opens his mouth to sort of like let out a last breath, a last prayer before he goes, and you just jam the rapier down his throat, and he falls dead.
Holy moly.
There are barbarians still running. I ask again, do you want to continue chasing? Your dwarven friends are certainly on the hunt right now. But most of the barbarians are dead. There's probably only 20 left.
Sounds like 20 more we can kill.
If you do want to, I'm not gonna have you. I'm not gonna make you go through the motions of fighting it unless you really want to. At this point, your forces are strong enough that you would in like 2 rounds just kill every last one of them if you wanted to.
Mm.
That's what I
So
want to do.
I'm down for it to be the bridge thing.
I want to
bridge
kill
thing.
them all.
Or we can do it slowly, and I
Yeah, we
will
don't have to do it
describe
slowly,
in
but
gruesome
I want
detail.
to kill them.
Yeah. So okay, you all charging down this hill, through this narrow passage. They try to escape, but um there's just nowhere really to run. It's just an open path. There's nowhere to hide. Um, and are quickly overtaken by the French and archers as well as the dwarves, and you all leading the charge. Breeze is up, flying in the air, blasting, catching stragglers.
Hell yeah.
You all have won the day.
Woo.
Let's
At some point afterwards, there's obviously there's a meeting between Augrek. Gwert is there. Gwert is Augrek's cousin that you got was your initial contact at Ironmaster. Duvessa Shane and all of you. And they are the first thing that they're doing is they are planning a feast, right? A sort of celebration. Um, is there? I guess. Uh, let me see what they've got here. Shender quests Augrek. Augrek, sort of while all this is going on in the hustle and bustle, she disappears for a moment. She steps outside, um, and comes back a couple of minutes clutching these emerald gemstones, one for each of you,
Ooh.
Oh shit.
and awards them to you. And she says, these not only have sentimental value and are proof of the respect of the Brighthelm clan. But also, if you show them to our a distant cousin that lives fuck, let me make sure I know where they live. They live in the town of Fireshare. So I'm gonna move us back to that the map that you guys have.
That's on the way.
Yeah, it's not. Um, she her a distant cousin of hers named Dashara Brighthelm is a griffin rider and trainer, and she says that she will train you to ride these griffins.
That's fucking sick.
That's pretty dope.
Wow.
So so they're these emerald gemstones. You would guess that they're probably worth about 600 gold each. But I mean, I maybe wouldn't sell them, but if you wanted to, you could, and they'd be worth 600 gold. Do you guys have Fireshare on your map? Yeah, you do. So
Yeah, we
Fireshare
do.
is
Yeah.
actually not super far. If you go just down the road, that is sort of one of the it's off to the side. But yeah,
That's fucking sick.
and there's absolutely a huge feast. With there were some dwarven casualties, but honestly, not that many. You guys did so well. That you really you guys did better than I expected, to be honest. With the amount you were able to get through in that first rest.
Nice.
I was gonna say that there were not that many casualties, and so there's this big feast. I assume Daisy is playing some wonderful tunes. There's dancing. There's it's that classic victory celebration at the end of the movie, right? Although this is maybe only the first act in this case.
Oh, oh, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert: this is chapter 3 of a 12-chapter adventure.
You mean this isn't the end? We didn't win?
This is not the end of Storm King's Thunder, believe it or not.
What is there? Some kind of thunder that's gonna happen?
Yeah, at some point there's
All of a sudden,
right
thunder
now.
strikes.
Yeah, no.
How are you escaping Prince Shundar this time?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. The entire campaign is me just throwing larger and larger voices at Bryn Shandar, and how well you can send them off.
It's Groundhog Day.
So let's take stock of what we've currently got going on. So, like I said, you can potentially learn to ride some griffins in Fireshare.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
That sounds badass.
I can already fly, but only for 10 minutes a day. So,
I
And
can't fly
also-
that long at all.
imagine if we all come swooping into battle on griffins, people would
That-
be in
That
awe.
sounds kind of
Imagine how
awesome.
cute Daisy would look on a griffin.
Yeah.
Put a little bow on it.
So eventually, your goal is probably to head down to Waterdeep. As you have a couple of different things to check off. The main thing is that it's believed that was sort of Artis Simber's last location. Which who has the Ring of Winter, if you remember, which is what those frost giants were after. And so theoretically, at some point, those giants are going to show up there and potentially cause problems.
And where was that again?
That's in Waterdeep. Cameron, you would actually know. I think I fucked up and I didn't explain this before. That the giants do also have sort of territory, and so the frost giants would not be able to just like walk down and barge their way into Waterdeep. But Waterdeep is actually the storm giants sort of area, I guess, territory, right? So it isn't like the giants are going to show up there any second and destroy the city. Like, 'cause it's not that simple. I guess that's what I'm saying.
I see.
Let's see. Is there anything else that you guys have on the docket? I don't think really. I think all the things are in Waterdeep. You're also
I think we should just figure out how to fly griffins to Waterdeep.
you wanna-
Hell
yeah.
That'll make the journey much easier.
For
So
sure.
So, is there anything? I guess then. So there's this big party. Is there anything that anybody wants to do in Bryn Shander before assuming you all leave in the morning. You all deserve the best long rest of all time after you literally traveled for basically 24 hours, showed up, and in the sort of dead of night fought off these barbarians.
Do we
Well,
know
that's
anything
hard
about who these barbarians are, or are they just that? Or are they just barbarians?
You can, if you want, make a history check.
History check.
Yeah. So okay. So normally these barbarian tribes are not this friendly. Usually they're pretty separate. The main things that the people of Brinstander and 10 towns would know them for is actually another sort of assault. They've tried this sort of thing before and it also failed. They are deeply patriarchal society, based essentially on strength and might is right kind of thing. But each tribe sort of has its own take on that. The wolf is sort of the most feral and the most dangerous. That's the first one that you fought, and then sort of down the spectrum, then the elk is the most sort of one with nature, like that kind of thing. They, for the most part, do live in not in peace, but like just separately. They keep separate from the different actual cities in Icewind Dale because they consider city life, urban life, a sign of weakness. But whenever there is something that happens that the sort of that weakness is exposed, they feel that's when they attack like this.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Last time it was the uh, the fight was actually held off by a member of the, let me get the name of the clan here, a different dwarven clan. Oh, it's gonna be a nightmare to find it. A to Z list. Here we go. Locations. Oh, it was led by a famous dwarven fighter named Brunner Battlehammer. Is known. He later became the king of the Mithril Hall. And one of his first like great deeds was a defense of Bryn Shander, similar to what you just managed to pull off
Nice.
against these barbarians.
Does that mean we get a lot of mithril?
Does that mean we get his position?
It depends if you. I mean, so Mithril Hall. Let me find it and show you where it is. I mean, maybe if you went there, you could, but
I want to mix mithril into my adamantine armor.
yeah,
We
yeah,
try and leverage this to get us some real power.
Jeez, dude.
yeah. You can tell that like the people of 10 towns are genuinely like consider you heroes. The people at the party and all. It's just that right now they actually legitimately don't have anything else to give you, right?
Mhm.
But in
Our
status
shambles.
itself, like
Give
you
us
are,
2 of the town.
yeah.
I want a key to the city.
Let me pull out Strongholds and Followers by Matthew Colville, and we could use those rules, and you could have some of
Baby.
those towns. No, we're not going to do that right now.
Yeah, no.
But I am confident if you actually wanted to get yourself onto those political committees, I guess you could. Where do I go? This
I'll be
minute.
right.
What time is it? It is actually 9:15. If we want, we can take. How about we take like a 5-minute break, and I will regroup here, and I can show you where that is, and then if we're heading to Fireshare, then we can do that next.
Sounds good.
I'll be back at like 9:20.
Okay.
Okay.
Cammy boy.
Am I the first one back?
You're the first one back.
Oh my god, I was rushing. I was relocating all my stuff inside. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna be the last one here.
I've just been reading webcomics.
Oh, nice. How's everyone doing?
Good.
I'm doing pretty okay. I'm pretty happy with how that went. That was pretty cool, I think.
I agree.
Hmm. Did I actually move you guys over? Yeah, I did. Cool. Good, good, good. This, can close this.
In case anyone didn't get it, my emojis there were supposed to say fire shear.
Ah,
Ooh,
I didn't get it.
I get it.
where do these emojis come from?
I definitely.
I went on a website called emojipedia.org, and you can copy and paste any emojis.
Wow.
Good to know.
All right, everybody's back. Everybody's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah. So, Mithril Hall is over here. It's under a place called the Frost Hills, which is that area sort of underneath. It's on the other side of the Lurkwood Forest, which is a very mysterious forest that, as classic forests go, when people enter, they sometimes don't come out.
Oh,
But yeah,
Ooh.
otherwise than Fireshare is obviously right over here as a sort of coastal town. You would all know from being, probably maybe have been to Fireshare before in the past. Fireshare is actually built out of a crater that came from a meteor strike. So it is a mining town. And where miners work for basically there's three allied merchant companies. Sort of what are those two stores? Joanne Fabrics and AC Moore, like they're right next to each other, so that they get each other's business kind of thing. There's the ham of our house. You don't have to have these names memorized. It's okay. Which is based in Mirabar, which is a dwarven city right about here, I believe. Maybe a little bit closer this way, but in these mountains. That I'll also add to the map at some point. The Silver Triangle, which is then based in Neverwinter, which is a coastal town somewhere down here, I think. And then finally the Delvers of Brokenstone, which is then based in Waterdeep. Yeah, that's and the town is sort of led by three leaders who are like people that have stake in these three companies essentially. So
So it's run by the money.
after you guys take a long rest, is the obviously it's gonna take a couple days for you guys to travel all the way down to Fireshare, but it's on the path and you guys aren't in nearly as much of a rush. So I'm okay with sort of alighting that time unless anybody has anything that they would like to do during the journey. You would pass through Hundlestone, which here, let me see if I can actually move the Huddlestone text a little closer to what it is. Huddlestone's actually like along the path. So as you come into Huddlestone, let's see what we've got going on there. It's nothing major, I don't think. I hope. So Huddlestone is a town that actually is built sort of into the ground actually. So all the buildings, so you descend down into all of the buildings. Um cut out of the soil below ground level, basically to try to shelter them from the snow. It's mostly inhabited by shield dwarves and rock gnomes. Um, and as you come in, like you hear this comment like a million times. They people warning you to stoop low as you walk about town, lest you be blown away by the wind. They think that's goddamn hilarious.
Oh,
Um, yeah.
we're
You
all short. Too
As
much
a
ugly.
gnome, I find that kind of offensive.
yeah you genuinely should find it offensive. Um, speaking of gnomes, though, as you are sort of, I assume the plan is sort of just to pass through. You probably rest in town and in an inn, and then keep on your way. But as you're staying in the inn, you're approached by a rock gnome who introduces himself as Thwip Ironbottom.
What an interesting name.
And Thwip
It's your
Thwip is like, you're those brave adventurers from Bryn Shander, yes?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I must ask, have you come in contact with a woman named Baldora? I was supposed to hear from her maybe a week ago at this point, but so
she
far
was
nothing.
she was in Bryn Shander.
Yes. She's been there quite some time. I mean, I know she was down on her luck, but
Was a week ago before the giant attack.
it'd be right about then, yeah, give or take a day.
Uh,
A week technically in Forgotten Realms is actually a 10-day, so it would be before.
You can do that
You can do. I'm sorry. Say it again, Josh.
longer than 7 days. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's a 10-day.
Fuck them.
Wow.
There are no rules. Ask
I
Cameron
think
all
that's
about. Ask Cameron all about the Forgotten Realms calendar because he knows all about it.
yeah.
When's leap day? How often?
With that.
How many
Once
days in a
once
year?
every week.
Cameron tried to implement a calendar for his Waterdeep campaign, and
I had a lot of problems. It was a terrible choice for me to run that game.
oh, some of my favorite D&D memories are from that
You
very
know,
short-lived game.
yeah, there were some little highlights among an ultimately directionless and chaotic campaign.
The one encounter was really cool that you ran with the Mind Flayer. There was that talking horse.
The talking horse was really the one thing to remember from that.
We did like we were trying to earn money to renovate our bar. And
Oh
we
no, this
couldn't
is
really
bad
figure out
though.
how. So I was playing a lot like I was a bard, so I was playing a lot in taverns and stuff. But then we were also like doing like battle royale fights and like betting on ourselves, which I don't know exactly how it worked because we were just fighting each other every time.
I don't remember how it got there.
Started trading the fights.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a lot.
it was awesome. But anyway, yeah. So the calendar's a 10-day, so it would be a little bit. He was expecting to hear from her a little bit before that attack, but
Was she
has
one of
not.
the people we were running?
Yes, she was. I forget who was that was running her, but
Wasn't me.
for a she is whoever's running her would remember she is a was a secret member of the Harpers. But she acts like she's a homeless person living in Bryn Shander. I believe she tried to run to the north gate and got smashed by a giant.
Oh.
But I don't know if any of your actual individual characters know that. That's up to you.
I doubt I would.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well,
We saved the town.
Anyway.
She's probably just chilling up there.
Either she's chilling or she's dead. Oh, we wouldn't know.
It's definitely one of those though.
I mean,
So
just full disclosure, the Giants really messed up that town in last 10 day.
I hear they basically appeared from nowhere.
Kinda. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. It was really scary. But luckily we were there, saved the day.
Yeah.
No, I totally would have
There,
handled it a lot better.
seems like there's this constant disaster up there. 24/10, 365.
Is it 365?
I
Cameron?
don't know.
Oh, I have no clue.
24/10, 420.
Well,
That's the
if you ever head back up there, could you inquire about her, please? She had some kind of like pulls his collar. He's sweating, but he's like, she had some important documents that I need very desperately, or my boss is not going to be too happy with me.
All right, well now you're acting all
Well, you should
serious.
probably
It's
go
a
up there.
perfectly innocent request. Now I'm curious.
That's a bit of a trek to go back. I mean,
To be fair, it should be safe now if you wanted to just go yourself and look for her. But what were the documents?
Well, you saved the town. You can be trusted, right?
Of course.
They were me and Beldora were members of the Harpers, and kind of like hushed tone, but like still too loud that everybody else in this tavern can still hear him. Like he's not.
Is that like, are they secretive, the Harpers?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Are the Harpers like a secret organization?
They there are some people that are like openly a part of it, but also they'll send people undercaster. It says here, I'll describe them. The Harpers are spellcasters and spies who covertly oppose the abuse of power, magical or otherwise. They often work alone or in just small cells, gathering information throughout Faerun and discern the political dynamics within each region, and work to help the weak, the poor, and the oppressed, acting openly only as a last resort. They were most recently instrumental in defeating Tiamat, which was, I think, only last year, technically, right now. So yeah, if yeah, so he says, yeah. So he kind of like tries to whisper like, yeah, we're members of the Harpers, like just information on what might be going on with that Devessa Shane woman.
Well, I know Devessa Shane.
Oh, you do? I mean, I guess small towns, right? But
Yeah, I worked with her to defeat the
Oh!
Giant invasion.
well, then maybe you can answer my questions. What? I mean, is she good? Is she? I don't even know
What do you mean by that?
what to yeah. I mean, how does she treat the citizens there? Is it?
I mean, it seemed like she was doing a pretty good job. She has a lot of faith in the resilience of her people.
Well,
Um,
that's certainly positive, I guess.
she's
And how does she act in the crisis with the giants?
well, she tried to negotiate with them.
Well, that seems a bit foolish, but I mean,
Yeah,
at least,
it didn't really go well, and then I
Yeah.
swooped in and pulled her out of the way before they killed her.
very brave.
And then she gave me some, well, because the Giants were looking for someone specific, and so she gave me documents that proved that the person was no longer there, so that I could show it to the Giants. And then they left.
Oh, so the person they were looking for. Who is this person that they were looking for?
I don't remember the name, to be honest.
Artist Timber.
So Artist Simber is the person they were
Mhm.
looking for.
Well, I say I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Oh, I gotcha. I'm with you. I'm with you. Interesting. And what would your impression be if this person was there in town? Do you think you would have given him up?
Um, I don't really know, but
You're not very good at this harpering thing.
I'm not a harper. You're a harper. I think you're not good at this harpering thing.
Well,
Wait.
opinions.
Okay, this is maybe a dumb question. I think I missed something. When they brought up Beldora and people didn't know who that was that just because we had an NPC named Beldora with us?
Yeah, you did. You were controlling Beldora. Yes.
We were controlling Beldora.
Oh well,
Yeah.
I didn't. I never interacted with her.
I said it was up to you if you actually knew her or not.
Oh,
My character does not.
Yeah.
So I said
all
that.
right. You know,
I
forget
mean, you
it.
guys can
Good,
chime in
you're
if you
good.
want.
If
for
you
that.
want to, if you want to jump in, you can. You can. You could be. You
Well,
could
I
be.
don't really know if that would even buy us, really.
I mean,
What?
What would that buy us, though?
yeah. Wait, why are you asking me all these questions? What's the goal here?
I'm just trying to do my job. I'm just trying to get an idea of what's going on up there. A little gnome like me can really.
But like, if I were to say she's a terrible person, are you just gonna like assassinate her? Is that like
Oh
the?
no! I mean, not me. I mean, maybe one of my bosses. But I would
But
just
like, but
send
like,
that information
something would
over
happen.
to my friends. My boss over in Everland. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. And that was who again? You
The
mentioned.
the Harper, my boss. Thank you, Danny. Good work.
Huh.
Look, you don't have to answer my questions if you don't want to. In fact, maybe we should just take a quick 5-minute break. Just
Wait.
gather ourselves.
No, I don't think that we need to
No,
do that.
no. I mean, this is some intense stuff.
It,
Heavy,
if
heavy,
you say
heavy
so.
stuff.
We're there.
Tyrannical rulers and secret organizations and stuff. I'm sure you're feeling very overwhelmed right now. A
No,
bit
no,
out of your depth.
no. You know, I think I'm okay.
Oh well. Okay.
I mean, well, like, I'm getting confused now. Like, what? I don't know what to tell you. She did a pretty good job in the crisis. I don't think anyone needs to get assassinated.
Do you know of this artist Simber, my guy?
Oh, that was his name. I couldn't remember, but yeah, thank you for bringing it up, Tony.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. I thought that was already brought up. I heard somebody say it, but I guess not in character.
Sean said it, telling us.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I mean, it's up to you if you actually say that.
No, I thought somebody had already brought it up.
Okay. Yeah. So
Oh, why are we okay? Wait, why are we withholding that information?
Yeah, I was about to.
I don't know. I don't trust this guy. He's talking about plotting
Yeah,
to
but
assassinate
this
Duvessa.
is something that the whole fucking town of Bryn Shandair heard them say Artist Simber, and we're trying to act like we know some big secret.
That's true. They did bellow it to the whole city. All right. Hold on. All right. I think I remember the name now. Now that I've had a moment to process. So I guess you were right. Needed a moment to breathe. Um. Yeah, it was an artist Simber. That was the name they were looking for.
that old fellow with the ring.
Oh,
That sounds familiar. Yeah, the old fellow with the ring.
What would the dwarf or the not the dwarves, the giants want with? I mean, that ring probably wouldn't even fit on their pinky finger, right? That seems a little stupid.
I don't know, but they really wanted that ring.
And what was your impression of Devessa? This, do you think she knew where the ring was?
I don't think so.
Hmm. Well, you've been a lot of help.
You too.
I could actually use some more help from you, my guy. Do you know this artist Simber? He's
At
been
this point,
around
the
lately?
little gnome has been like got up from the bench and like was like actively like just trying to like slowly back away from the conversation. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I mean, he's a pretty famous guy.
Yeah.
I
How,
mean, I
how,
guess I've been around a while, I guess. So and it was a long time ago that he got.
how old are you? I mean, it's hard to judge age because you're so small.
Let's see. He is. Does it tell me here? I mean, obviously the adventure doesn't tell me, but I need to.
Just so I remember, Artist Simber is the father of the person that created Mannequin,
Yep.
right?
Uh-huh. Well, Artist Simmer made me.
Created him, but Danny, mannequin number 5 was sort of the son's companion that artist Timber left with. His name is Sirik of Suzale, which is originally where artist Timber
And
is.
we have reason to believe he's in Waterdeep.
That's where he was last seen at the very least. The gnome is 374 years old.
Damn,
Ooh-wee.
probably have seen a lot in that amount of time.
Yeah, I was hoping I'd be a bit better at you know, handling situations under pressure by now, but
I
not
mean,
everything comes with old age, I guess.
I feel like older people like to share their stories, you know? Let out some of that wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have plenty of stories out in the field.
Do you have any other fun stories?
I want to like get all close and be like flirtatious and be like, that story was so interesting. What else can you tell me?
Ooh,
Because
ooh, we've got some gnome on gnome flirting here.
That's what I'm looking for.
takes one to gnome one.
Oh! Oh!
Josh, take 40 points of psychic damage right now.
Oh wait, guys, wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Uh, uh anyway, he says, well, I used to, before, Open Lord Neverember was removed from Waterdeep. I used to be in charge of keeping tabs on him. Actually, it was quite a prestigious position in the organization, but and I definitely saw some pretty crazy things in my time there. But unfortunately, I got demoted on account of not being able to keep my mouth shut. Go figure, right? Hmm.
You know, you hate to see it.
If I had a nickel, I mean, I also can't
But
keep my mouth.
but this one time he actually I swear I overheard. I was invisible and I snuck into his this sort of apartment that he was meeting somebody with, and I guess this person was claiming to be an heir to the an heir to the Neverwinter crown, and he just fucking stabbed him in the throat. It was insane.
The king did that?
Yeah, the Gold Neverember. Now
Neverember stabbed some dude?
Neverwinter.
Wait, can you remind me who's saying this to us?
This is
Gnome spy dude?
a gnome
What's your
spy,
name,
dude.
by the way? We haven't introduced. Yeah, we haven't been introduced. I'm Breeze.
Oh, I'm not supposed to give my name out.
Well, is there something we can call you other than
I'm Daisy.
Harper Gnome friend?
Well,
Just
wait,
hypothetically.
he did actually give you a name. He gave you Thwip Ironbottom.
Oh yeah, Iron Bottom.
You can call me Thwip.
All right, Thwip. Let's see. So
That's not
first of all, how
name.
stupid do you have to be to just go to the king and say, "Oh, actually, I'm heir to the throne"?
Well, I think at that point Lord Neverember was actually acting as if he was only in charge of Neverember, sort of in the absence of the true heir. But yeah, I agree. Once he says to meet you in this rundown apartment, that seems a little strange to me. But
So is Never Ember still in power right now?
he's in power in Neverwinter, but not in Waterdeep. He was the Open Lord of Waterdeep, but he got kicked out of that position a couple years back.
Ah,
Completely unrelated to that murder. Nobody even knows about that murder, although it's sort of suspected.
damn. This Never Ember sounds like a pretty shitty dude.
Yeah, which Neverwinter is like right here. So you're not super far away at this point. You're kind of making your
We're
way
in
down.
Hunterstone, right?
Are the Harpers gonna do anything about him?
Um, well, that is complicated, you see, because and he thinks for a second on if he should be saying, but he just can't resist himself. And he says, "Well, see, the thing is, the Lord's Alliance, which Neverwinter and Waterdeep are a part of, um, are sort of back and forth on the issue of this Neverember guy and the Harpers and the Lord's Alliance. We don't necessarily get along, but also uh, the Lord's Alliance obviously has a little bit more resources, a little bit more manpower than we do, being an actual like legitimate well-known respected organization. So we kind of have to wait for them to make their decision, and there's all kinds of bureaucracy there, but we have plans.
Interesting. Well, it's been nice meeting you. We should talk like this again sometime.
Well, I'm always positioned here in Huddlestone, and it's not a lot of people to talk to. They're all sick of all my stories. They don't even believe me. They don't think I'm even a member of the Harpers at all. Can you believe that? They don't think I seem qualified.
Not gonna lie, I didn't suspect even for a moment that you could have been lying.
Now I kind of think you might be.
Um,
Can I
you said
insight
you
check
can.
that?
You said you
Yeah,
can turn
yeah,
yourself
yeah. Go ahead
invisible.
and
Can
make.
you send messages like over long distances?
Oh yeah, I have these sending stones.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, if you
And
ever feel the need to chat, feel free to send us some
really,
sending.
just like
Yeah.
whenever I want.
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of exciting information that comes through Huddlestone.
We'd be glad to have to hear it, and we won't tell anybody, so you don't have to worry about that.
You got yourself a deal, and he's visibly excited.
Is he lying?
Yeah. So, oh shit, a 20. No, he seems completely genuine. Um, he's he probably at one point was actually legitimately like a pretty important member of the Harpers, but in his old age, he's sort of lost his marbles a little bit. Um, just a lonely dude.
Oh,
Lonely gnome. Well, now
Should
we've
we,
got
And
should
a.
we
now one of
adapt
his
him into
closest
our
friends
party,
is dead.
guys?
Say that again, Cameron.
I said, should we adapt him into our party, guys?
Well,
He's
we
short
kind of
enough.
just got a pen pal who's gonna give us inside information about the goings on, which is pretty good.
No, but he probably wants to hang it.
Well, he was asking us about his friend in Bryn Shondair, but I didn't know who it was.
At this point, he walks back up and he walks back up to Daisy specifically, and he goes, "I'm sorry, I never actually got your name, Daisy." And he's actually even though obviously you're pretty short as a gnome, he's just like a bit shorter than even you, and is looking up at you and is like, Daisy, what?
You can call me Daisy.
Ooh,
I-
mysterious. Is
and I-
that your real name? Because I'm not using my real name at all.
I don't. Who are you to question my name? You asked me what I'm called. Jesus Christ. You just don't know when to stop talking, do you? Jeez. But then I also wink at him because like I'm kind of a slut. You know.
Interesting. At this point he gets super like he blushes.
We really appreciate all the information you've been sharing with us. And then I apply chapstick.
He at this point he sort of he is overcome with awkwardness and kind of like just shuffles away really quickly, gathers his things, takes one last swig of his ale. He's out of there.
I play my bagpipe.
So I assume at this point then we continue our journey onto Fireshare. Unless there's anything else you'd like to investigate in Hundlestone, I guess. Basically, just interrupt me at any point if there's something that you actually want to do. Otherwise, I'll just kind of keep narrating until we get to our point, if that makes sense. I also cannot hear Josh at all. He's super quiet now.
I said I'm cool to keep going.
Cool, perfect.
Anybody else is? I don't know if anybody else wants to do something here.
I'm good.
So, like I said, Fireshare is it's built on the edge of where there was a meteor strike. That created this crater in the frozen tundra near the coast of the sea over here, which is called it's called the Trackless Sea. And so this meteor strike exposed rich veins of copper and silver. So yeah, so now it's a mining town. There's these 3 companies. And remember blah 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 blah. So similar to Hundlestone, most of the buildings are sort of carved into the ground or actually underground. Particularly near the coast, the wind is just absolutely brutal. There are obviously mines, and then up on top of an even sort of higher, like not even a hill, more of a cliff that has actually been carved out, is what seems to be like a relatively large shed. I'm sorry, say that again, Josh?
No, sorry, that was just my phone.
Okay. And as you're approaching, you see a up in the sky descending a dwarven woman riding a griffin land up on that cliff, that barn that's up there.
I think that's our person.
Yeah, that would make sense. Hello there.
Well, the thing is, she's up on top of a cliff.
Yeah,
Just
I think
start
we gotta get up
screaming.
there first.
Just wailing. Hey. Alright, well, we'll just... What seems to be the quickest path up?
Griffin.
Alright, fair
Griffin.
enough.
Yeah, exactly. There is a sort of winding, sort of pathway that has been carved into the sort of obsidian stone. It's actually a decent trek up. It takes like a solid half an hour to get up there. And as you approach, so there's this. It's a large building with sort of almost like I said, a barn with these doors that would swing out theoretically, but you don't see anybody around. Right. Well, make a perception check. Everybody, just go for it. Just live your life. Roll perception.
Oh, it's coming.
Hashtag mannequin.
All right. Yeah, no way. You actually pretty quickly realize that you can see actually somehow on top of the roof of the building is there's this dwarven woman that is like peering over, and she has a crossbow locked and loaded instead, and it's it's trained on all of you, looking up, and she sees that you all see her and kind of goes, "Oh fuck, god damn it, shit, who goes there?"
I'm just gonna cast a message, point it up at her, and I'll just say, "Hi, we're a group of adventurers that have been sent here from Bryn Shondair by a friend of yours whose name escapes me,
Augrek.
Aldrich. Uh, he said we could learn how to fly griffins from you, and we have come here for that purpose." It's probably too many words.
Yeah, but that's okay. It was sent by Augrek. Yeah, likely story.
Uh,
You know how many people come here claiming that they're sent by some distant relative that just want to get their hands on my griffins?
I'm just gonna pull out the
Yeah.
emerald thing. If you guys want to show yours too, we all got one of these that seems to should do the
Oh.
trick.
As soon as she sees it, she goes and she actually like leaps off the side of the 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 roof, the edge of the roof, and lands it, and seems to cast feather fall on herself and just slowly tumble to the ground. And does like lands in like a 3-point stand. And then walks up and immediately just snatches it from your hand and closely inspects it. And she goes, "No shit, you were sent by Augrek." Hands it back to
Yep.
you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be honest. I never thought I was actually gonna have to go through with this deal.
What, did you lose
Sooner
a bet
than
or
later.
something?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you lose a bet or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well, are you ready?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's I gotta warn you, it's not easy.
I've got
Real
plus 1
dangerous.
mana
You're real
for
high
you.
up, pretty far away. You can fall.
Well, I'm sure we'll be good given the right guidance.
Oh yes, I'm an excellent teacher. I'm sure. I've never actually done it before, but I know my shit.
But you've never ridden a griffin?
No, she's never taught before.
Oh.
Okay.
And
I also have the spell guidance, which is helpful.
that will help for sure. Let me open this really quick. So here is how this is gonna work. We're gonna use the very popular skill, animal handling. So everybody make an animal handling check for me.
I'm gonna use guidance on myself.
Cool.
Ooh.
Not
Oh.
needed.
Ooh.
Oh,
Not gonna be good. Oh no. Okay.
that's crazy.
Wait, Josh, this isn't even a nat one.
Yeah, no, you rolled.
Oh.
So, really quick.
You know what?
So she says, "All right, here's how this is gonna work. You've got 3 days to get your shit together. If you can't figure it out by then, you're out of here." And introduces you to your different griffins, which theoretically do have their own individual names. But if
Mine's
you want,
probably
you guys instead can come up with your own names if you have any cool names for your griffins that you'd like.
I'm terrible. at
Peter.
Mannequin number 5 junior.
Yeah. So Dan, you're a natural. You and Peter bond just like that,
Oh.
and are almost instantly you get on, and Peter very slowly takes off and starts circling the building safely, like at a decent height, so you can kind of get your bearings. Um,
Nice.
no problem. Same with you. Same with you, Sam. Breeze. Um,
I'm gonna
there are
name
actually
mine
there are a couple
Boreas.
moments. Oh, go ahead.
Boreas. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. That's the north wind.
I like it. And there are a couple moments where you're like gonna fall off, but you catch. I mean, you can fly, so you literally just catch yourself and get on it, and yeah, you're super good. There's that like a cool flying montage.
This is so
And
easy, guys.
like Junior the second. What? What's
This is
Sam?
so easy, guys.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't think it would be this natural.
Going down the line. Dan. Let's see. Danny's got the next best. Mannequin number 5. It is your Griffin is definitely not used to having a mechanical rider. And doesn't seem to be able to get like a sense of you, like of safety. So as you go to approach, like it is super scared of you and backs up. How do you respond to that? Like, do you push further, or do you just kind of let it go and give it its space?
I let it walk back, and I do my best to try to like mimic its motions, and like I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing. I'm just doing it. Like Mannequin doesn't.
Yeah.
He's just doing what he always does, hoping that he'll see that he's not anything scary.
At a certain point, Dashara, the dwarven lady, comes up behind you as you're doing this mimicking, and there's like this weird dance between you and the griffin where it does something and then you do something, and just grabs you behind on the shoulders and it's like, "What the bloody hell are you doing? Are you gonna ride it or not?"
I look to her, and then I look back at it. Then I look to her, and then I start to walk over to the griffin. And I'm like,
Alright.
I put my hand out. I'm like, hey, all is well. Everything is okay. And I try to like pet it.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit awkward at first, but the griffin does calm down. And yeah, you're relatively successful. Okay, now Josh, Daisy, the Shara seems to I guess have it out for the little people in this group. Who knows why? Because your griffin is just really fucking big. And so it's like you actually can't like seem to get enough control of it to actually fly it.
Hey, I think mine's broken. Can I get? Is there another one?
Do you know how expensive a goddamn griffin is?
Clearly not.
Like 600 gold, maybe.
Maybe like $12.
600 gold. Yeah, maybe for a griffin that can't fly or something. I don't know. That was
Oh,
not
like
good. I could not think of anything in the moment.
What about a baby griffin?
Baby griffins are actually
Oh my god. Peter Griffin. I get it.
Back.
I get it now. That's good.
Listen,
I got it.
you
Thanks.
don't,
Yeah, I don't think it's
Daisy,
gonna go
you're just gonna have to show your dominance. Maybe not through your stature, but come on, show that you're in control here.
All right. I take out my backlight.
Okay.
I stare the griffin in the eyes and I put a little smirk and I play a soothing song. Beautiful song. It's the bagpipes. And I hope that showing my vulnerable artistic side will cause it to trust me a little bit.
And I kind of come up.
Make a performance check for me.
I come up and I put a hand on Daisy's shoulder and cast guidance.
Hey, okay, yeah. So you can add a
You can add a
D4 to it.
D4.
All right. Plus. Oh.
8. All right, 20. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you are well on your way. I mean, none of you are trained riders yet, but you're at least at the point where you are comfortable with your creatures. Now, Cameron, let's talk about you. Um, Nemo, things are going well at first. You very confidently go over and straddle the griffin, and then it takes off,
Mm.
and suddenly you're soaring over the trackless sea.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
Very well. So yeah, so this griffin is flying as fast as it can, and it is clearly trying to shake you. It considers you a
Mhm.
threat.
That's no good.
Apparently, it's called Mannequin Number 5 Junior the Second. Yeah, it takes off. Um, so yeah, and you're just holding on. Let's see. Let's get an image of a griffin here. Let me see. Boom. Oh, I can give you guys a handout of what they look like. Actually, I think everybody kind of knows, but
Beautiful.
so yeah, so it goes, and so you're barely holding on to the sort of feathers up above its wings, and it
Mm.
suddenly now it starts flying basically straight up. What do you do?
Well, I'm going to continue to hold on to it.
Okay, that's a good start.
Because that would be a terrible idea to let go. So I think while it's going up, I just want to get the best grasp I can.
Okay, make a strength check for me.
Oh, oh wait, that's a save. My bad, not a check.
If you don't have proficiency, it's the same.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Are you proficient in athletics?
No.
Okay, so yeah, so 6 is where we've ended up.
Ooh.
You just can't, there's like not quite enough there for you to get like a solid grip of. Uh and then of course, let's see what you have here. This is this, it's just, does any every you all see this happen? Do any of you do anything?
Is he falling
Isn't
now?
he up in the air?
He's not falling. He's still, the griffin is basically, it took off over the sea and then is now flying straight up. And you can see it sort of like spiraling up. And then at a certain point tips over and then is nose diving straight down towards the trackless sea.
Oh
Could
shit.
I like monologue to it to try to convince it to calm down?
Um,
If you want, you can try. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna understand.
they're still
Griffin's-
above us, right?
Oh yeah, way above you, probably like 1,000 feet up now.
I'm
We're
gonna
still on
try
our
and like
griffin?
position myself like I can use my flying power to do it, just like underneath them.
Yeah.
I just want to be ready that if it comes to it, if he doesn't fix it before they get close to the ground, I'm gonna dimension door him out of the way.
Gotcha. Nice. What are you trying to do, Cameron? You're trying to soothe it?
No, no. That was kind of a joke. Um, I think I really just want to not fall off
Okay.
as much as possible.
Make it. Yeah. Make another dexterity saving throw. Dude, this guy is killing it, except for the original roll, but still. Um, and yeah, so it goes and nosedives and right and Breeze is there like setting up to like try to catch you if you fall off, but you manage to hold on. And at a certain point, as you're falling, falling with style, um, uh, it's terrifying, right? And you're sure you're gonna fall off, but as you gain control, suddenly you get this idea that this is kind of amazing. Um, and then you open your eyes again and you look, and the water is rushing really quickly towards you, and you're like, "Oh God!" But at the last second, the griffin course corrects and swoops up and
Mm.
circles around and lands next to the rest of the group.
It's like that scene in the third Harry Potter movie.
Yeah, sure. And with that, we're a little early, but let's all stop there for tonight. You guys have some new Griffin companions. I mean, she's not gonna let you just take the Griffins with you anywhere, but you can use them to travel, and then they'll come back, and you can call for them essentially. So it's gonna give you a little bit more
Fast
access.
travel.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, they're not going to be willing to go super far, right? Like, they have a limit of how far they can fly to, so they can probably. You guys are in Fireshare, probably can't even quite get down to Waterdeep, but definitely down to like Neverwinter, different towns, sort of on the coast.
Pretty
So we'll
good.
talk about what your options are. I'll send them maybe throughout the week in the group chat, and then we can make a decision.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that was fun. That was cool. You guys have
Cool.
Griffins now, kind of.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Kind of.
I'm gonna hop off right now. Thank you all for playing.
All right.